Hi, this is Lucy, and thanks for joining me today. Just in case you needed some ideas for Christmas cards, if you have this kit from Uniquely Creative called A Very Vintage Christmas, this may be really helpful. But you can also use other papers and everything as well. This is just to give you some design ideas. These papers do all the hard work. I've cut them into bits where I'd like to create backgrounds for my cards, and I've also cut all of these ready to be cut into strips with that die cut with that die as well, and to make a lot of lovely cards. So here's the finished result. And the first one, I've used some perfect pearls with water to splash onto the background as well. And I've also inked around with the vintage Distress Oxide ink. And with this one, I have used the Merry from the Merry Christmas die, and also one of these older style sentiments, and I've just chopped off the Christmas to give it a little bit of different interest to the sentiment by using two different types. I love the colours on this card as well. I love that you can change things up with this kit. And I've also used the Uniquely Creative glue pen to glue that merry sentiment on as well. And I've used these little lace doilies as well. They're gorgeous, and I cut them in half most of the time because I like to use them sticking out from underneath flowers and leaves and things. And so they go a lot further that way. And with this one, I've used some gold washi tape that I've had for a while as well. And I've just torn it up in and then added it to the card in 3 spots. And I've used Scrap Mat's chipboard here and used some red embossing powder to do that. And here's the start of some of the strip cards that I made, and these ones have got different widths to them, and the star and sentiment where I got these from Spotlight really cheap at the end of last year's Christmas, and so I thought I'd use those. These dies come from Uniquely Creative as well, and so that's nice to create those borders, and the embossing folder also, just to add a little bit of interest on that card too. And here's some more. Some of the strip cards I made using a lot of the white and red papers, and then some of the others I used more of the beige and red. And those slimline dies as well I used to cut the borders. And then I'm not sure where I got this die from, but it's really handy, and you can buy lots of strip type dies like that. I also use the in-between bits, the very skinny bits on my cards as well. I really love it when I use the gold and just tiny little bits. Sometimes it's really good. And any of the offcuts, if they were big enough, I actually put them on the inside of the card as well, which just made a really nice little effect inside too, so instead of throwing it out. And this one I've used that Merry Christmas die and the background as well, because it has a shadow too. And this one I used an embossing folder, also from Uniquely Creative. Most of my items are. And you can see that on the gold really well. It just added a lot of interest. So after I'd done the strips, that's when I put it through with the embossing folder. I also did it here with this other one, and then I went over that with Perfect Pearls. And again used some of the sentiments from Spotlight that I got really cheap. And so all of these are a little bit different, but really fun and easy to do. They look like a bit of a mess until you actually chop them up so that they sit nicely on a card. This one I've left a little bit of the white card at the bottom and then done a gold border. And this one again I've used a little bit of the scraps and put them inside that card. So here I've used that die again, and I've used a vellum for the shadow and gold for the sentiment. So they all end up a little bit different, but you can create them landscape or portrait, whichever way you like. And then I've used more of the green hues for this one. So that part that on the right, that background paper, it didn't go all the way across. So I just used a complementing paper and added a silver border in between them. This one I actually used green. The green background is from a different paper pack. So you can sometimes combine papers if you're looking for a different color or a different pattern. So here I've just cut one of those sentiments up as well, and I just fussy cut around the happy and used some pearls as well. I die cut the Christmas sentiment twice or 3 times with red underneath and then the gold on the top. And then I made square cards as well, and I've used a gold glitter background, and most of them I've used the perfect pearls just to give a little bit of splatter in the background as well. So I hope you've got some ideas from here and enjoyed watching this video. Here's a few more as well. I'll have the link to Uniquely Creative's website down below as well. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, if you aren't already, I'd love that. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.